Welcome to the Big Guy Podcast here on ACAST. We invite you to become members of ACAST Plus. Thank you.
Hello, thank you for joining us today. We are really glad you are here. Here's Jim, your host of Time Out with Jim. So let's get started.
Uh, what is your name? Do you know just the first name?
Elizabeth.
And how did you find out about your diagnosis?
I went to my skin doctor for my yearly checkup, but there was a knot on my back and it was grown to 9 centimeters, and I had to have it tested. They sent me to the general surgeon, and the general surgeon did surgery, and the pathology report came back as melanoma.
They put you on any kind of medication, radiation, or anything like that?
I started my immunotherapy after I did my scans and had a second surgery in March, and I started my immunotherapy in May of 2019, and I've just been doing it for ever since.
So she had surgery and then started taking medication.
Yeah, I had two surgeries. The first one was in January, and the second one was in March.
Okay.
After the PET scan.
The medications, what kind of side effects do you have with them? You know, minor or major side effects?
When I first started, I was on the combination of the Opdivo and the Yervoy, and it was really rough on my body. I didn't have an appetite. I developed strep. I was always nauseous and stuff like that. But I finished the 4 rounds of the combination, and now I just do the Opdivo, and I have light side effects, if any. Like, I just sometimes get nauseous, or I stay tired and stuff like that, but nothing really serious with just the Opdivo.
Doctor try to get you into any kind of clinical trials for like experimental therapy or anything like that?
No, I tried. I signed up for it at Emory, but they haven't asked me to do any of them.
Have your meds caused any problems with your heart, your eye, livers, blood clots, uh, bleeding problems, coughing up blood or vomiting blood?
The only thing I can think of is the last couple scans have shown spots on my liver that wasn't showing up in the past, but it hasn't progressed, so it's at a stable standpoint.
Anybody else in your family have any type of cancer?
Um, my mom had to have a hysterectomy because she had, I think, ovarian cancer, but that's as far as she went. My great grandmother, which is my mom's grandmother, I think she had some type of female cancer. And then my Uncle Jeffrey said that he had melanoma, but his wasn't to the point to where he had to have treatment, major treatment.
Okay. What advice would you give someone that's been recently diagnosed with cancer, or what advice do you wish you've been given when you first received your diagnosis?
don't give up. There's always hope, and keep your faith in God because He's the healer.
As of right now, how are you doing?
Overall, I'm doing pretty well. I just gotta stay on top of my treatment and my doctor's appointments and stuff like that to be able to stay afloat, if that makes sense.
To go back to one of my earlier questions, do you want to put in a plug, to give a shout out to uh, your doctors on here? Like thanks, Doctor Who, so and so, or anything like that.
Yeah, I want to thank my doctor. His name's Dr. Harris. He's been really good with my treatment plan and things like that. He doesn't really explain things thoroughly, but he has really good knowledge of all the new medications and stuff that's out there to help.
Do you want to say anything else about melanoma that we haven't discussed?
If you ever get any suspicious spots like knots or moles on your body that is changing in any way, shape, or form, it's better to get it looked at by your doctor sooner rather than later because something so small can cause such major problems.
Did you go right away when you felt suspicious, or did you wait and hope it was just something else?
I put it off for a couple of months. Like it was there, I know at Thanksgiving, and I didn't get into the doctor until December or January. So if I would have went when I noticed it, then it probably wouldn't have been as big because the knot was 9 centimeters, and they had to go really deep to get it. But I still have scar tissue, and that will probably affect me for the rest of my life.
How much longer do you think that you'll be having to take this
Treatment?
They told me that I would be in my immunotherapy for a minimum of 5 years.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Because immunotherapy is one of those things where they feel like the longer you're in immunotherapy, the better your prognosis is. So they told me that it'll probably be a minimum of 2 to 5 years. So if it's 2 years, I'm on my second year. If it goes to 5 years, then I still have a while to go.
Okay.
Well, I like to.
If this episode touched you in any way, please share it with your family and friends, and please consider donating whatever you can afford. Go to anchor.fm/timeoutwithjim. This will help us keep this podcast going. Thank you for listening, and until next time, God bless.
Thank you for taking your time out to give us a listen. And remember, become a member of ACAST Plus. God bless.